Today, I will be showing you how to get started with Easily. Easily is a tool to help you create a visually stimulating infographic. It is really easy to use, and as you saw in my digital poster, can create a really nice end product. You can see on the home page that there are lots of examples of what you can do with Easily. I always try to notice what is being done in the examples and how I could tweak what others are doing for my own work. For English lessons, I've noticed how you can use Easily for possibly mapping out plot points, creating a cool timeline, or comparing different characters, like foil characters or an antagonist and a protagonist, or breaking down the characteristics of authors, characters, and books. And this one right here, I thought that would be really useful. To get started, you have to register. I'm going to click on register. Okay. You can sign up using Google Plus or Facebook. While this is really convenient, I would like to warn you and students to be careful of linking everything to one website. This seems like an easy way for hackers to access many websites at once, and for Facebook or Google to get even more information about you than you might like. It is really easy to sign up. All you have to do is put in your email address and come up with a password. It doesn't seem like there are many restrictions on your password, and you don't have to go and check your email to confirm that the email address is real. So I'm just going to log in because I already have an account. To get started, you can choose to start from a template or start from scratch. I personally really like to start from a template. I find it gives me a great starting point, especially if I'm still learning about a tool. I can see the potential of comparing characters with a template, with this template right here. So I'm going to use that as my starting point. As you become more experienced, there's the option to start from scratch. Or maybe you just know that you'll feel more comfortable with blank canvas. So you can always do that if you want. So I'm going to start with this Nerds versus Geeks template because I think it can be great for comparing different characters. First, you can change the template layout by clicking on backgrounds. I'm going to stick with a portrait, but I really like that there's also a mobile option. Okay. In backgrounds, you can also change the color of your backdrop by dragging and dropping your favorite onto the canvas. So, like that. Let's stick with this one. I've decided that I would compare Tom and Gatsby from The Great Gatsby. So to change the words, all I have to do is double click on the word and type in the new ones. Okay. You can easily click and drag the words to where I like them. And there's the grid option, so you can line things up just the way you like it. This one here. Oh, so you can see it lined it up for you. Okay. If you just click on the text, you can change the color, the font type, the size, or you can even add shadows or underline it. So to add new text, you just click on text and choose which type you'd like the best, and then drag it onto the canvas. So if you want to add objects or symbols, you can go to Shapes. You can kind of scroll through, see which one you like the best. And you just click and you drag it onto the canvas. Okay, and you can change the color of the symbols. And you can change the opacity. So I can set it here. And you can choose where it's placed on the canvas. Anyway, so there are lots of symbols to choose from. And if you need even more options, there are lots of objects. You could go through and look at each category. So you could choose to look at one of these landmarks. So there are pages and pages of things you can do. So, change the color of the objects. You can change the opacity, like you can with the shapes. Okay, so you can also click on the conjoined circles to make a copy. And then you can click on the trash button to delete one. And if you can't find the object or the image you need, you can just upload your own image. Upload. It is important to keep in mind that your creation does not autosave, so you have to save regularly. If you want to start over from scratch, you can hit clear. When you're done, you can download the infographic as a high quality or low quality JPEG or as a PDF. And then from the home page, you can just hit share, and you can share it as a link, you can embed it, or you can just look at it from the browser. This is one of the few places where you will encounter advertisements, which means downloading the image can help keep students from being exposed to the ads. So for more help, you can click on About. At About, there are lots of other examples of infographics and lots of tips on how to make a great infographic. So like you can click on Top Tips from the Expert. This could be really useful to you or to your students. And there's even categories for infographics based on different subject areas, and it even lines them up with different reading standards. So I can click on kindergarten, and see lots of different examples. They're great ideas for teacher worksheets and more. There's also a Pinterest page with even more ideas. The Pinterest page and its About page provides so many great possibilities for you easily. So you can really see that the possibilities are boundless. Thank you so much. That was my quick and dirty tutorial of Easel.ly, and let me know if you have any questions.